The hell did that cut out? Damn, I hate that. Okay, this is gonna be a good one
I think,
for,
is it his fault?
yeah, Bruce
Right,
Lee.
Bruce Lee.
I'm gonna give a shout out to Bowen Motors. Hi, Maureen. Yeah, I was talking to her, and bottom line is that, some people are saying it's, with the election and all this other bullshit, that it is, billionaires' fault. And then the other people are saying it's the
Oh, right.
government's fault.
Right, yeah.
And the bottom line, she said something really great, which she was like, it's the billionaires that run government. It's their
Yeah,
fault.
because they're lobbying.
Yeah.
They're in there lobbying for what they want.
Well, what it's doing is it's crushing the people.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
The bottom line is that we need to make all of government more transparent than what they're trying to do to us.
Yeah.
They're trying to, anytime you turn around.
But it's really tough, when you think about it, because Congress and the Senate have gotten so big that they vote themselves whatever it is that they want. They took away the limit of their serving. And they vote in that all of us have to do healthcare a certain way, but they don't have to. So that's how powerful they are.
Oh, but that, I know, but what needs to be, this is supposed to be a country run by the people, not by the Congress people and the
Exactly.
legislature. And that is the issue we have.
Yeah.
And the only way to do this, I'm not encouraging anybody to go out and do anything evil, but it's really to bring them all down.
Yeah.
And to make everything transparent.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the president who's in charge needs to make that his #1 priority. They stop this bullshit that we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Because they're screwing up all of America.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they've gotten so powerful, and we haven't pushed back. We've been taking it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was listening to a podcast with Edward Snowden on it. You remember Edward
Yep.
Snowden?
Of course, yeah.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
What do you think of him?
I thought it was pretty cool, pretty brave that he came out, because he was with NSA and he deflected over to, was it Russia? Someplace that took him in. And I've listened to not only a movie that was generated that included him, but my thought is for him to be able to come out and be basically a whistleblower. We need more of that, but they're afraid for their life. When you stop and think about it, the people who have lost their life because they were whistleblowers, and it's more than that, people are concerned about their family. They get threatened.
Oh, absolutely.
Not just themselves, it's
Yeah.
their whole family and whoever they can stab to, so to speak,
Well, this is, what's sad about this whole thing is I personally think Edward Snowden is an American hero. And yeah, what he did.
That's a good, easy term. Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, it's really difficult because I'm all about there are certain things in the military-industrial complex we need to keep quiet. But
have you seen how big the buildings are of NSA? I mean, with the, oh my goodness, I guess, all I know is that I keep hearing how they've expanded.
oh, the military-industrial complex is the largest part of
They don't
the
have a
America.
budget.
They don't have a budget. No, they do. They have 80% of all the money that gets to the feds goes to the military-industrial complex. 1 year of the MIC could pay for schooling for 10 years.
Yeah.
Okay, no, 10 or 15 years. And so the amount of money that these guys get, it's horrific.
Yeah.
I want to say Theodore Roosevelt said, the most feared thing we have to worry about is the military-industrial complex.
Was it him, or was that the guy who was the military president before JFK?
I don't know. I don't know,
Eisenhower.
it may have been,
Eisenhower.
you know, it may have been Eisenhower.
Yeah, I think it
may have
was
been.
Eisenhower.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, but it's all true, and it's come to fruition.
Yeah.
And that, you know, by saying this, you have a target on your back, I have a target on my,
Yeah.
on my forehead.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really scary, and that's, you know, we could get into this debate for a
Oh.
long time. What's number 5?
Number
What's
5.
number 6?
Oh, number 6, yes, moving right along, yeah. But
We'll
that-
go off on this
That
tangent.
target was, so to speak, was interesting.
I'm telling you right now, it's scary. It's really fucking scary because, you know, they run so much stuff. I mean, this whole thing that Dick Cheney started, by the way, because after 2001, everyone was like, oh, take my freedoms.
Yeah,
You know, but I understand why they needed to collect all that data, and I understand all that, but never would they, you know, you were talking Dick Cheney, these scumbags would never use it for the right purposes.
Yeah.
They would use it to just make things, you know, screw over people for the general public that would go against them.
well, same with Hoover. So Hoover and JFK didn't get along.
Yeah.
So with that, moving
Num-
right along, number 6.
Number 6.
Not having a daily personal growth plan.
I would say something, but I don't want you to walk out. I have my daily personal growth plan every morning before I wake up.
Yeah, because you go into your own mindset, right?
Yeah, something like that. Okay, a daily personal growth plan.
Yeah. And I didn't hear this, but one of these great speakers, whether it was Bob Proctor or whoever it was, in his strategy, every day, he either read a couple pages of a book, something to get your mindset moving forward to the goal that you want. And the reason why that's so important is because your mind is so powerful. That you can do anything that you set your mind to do. And you can go backwards if you allow the stuff that defeated you years ago, that maybe somebody said something that you took personally, and so you're carrying that forward, you have to let go of that thing.
Yep, that's
Whatever
very
it
true.
is.
Very
Yeah.
true.
So that's why they have things like EST and Landmark and all these Mind Valley, different ones.
Now, I have a thing. This is my split
Okay.
on this whole thing. Because, you know, I watch SNL, Saturday Night Live.
Okay.
And they used to have, I forget who it was, he'd look in a mirror, he's like, okay, now he'd do his affirmations. You are strong, I am strong. You are smart, I am smart. You are, and he'd do his affirmations. And that killed me, how like,
And you took right over, so that's what you do every morning,
no,
right?
I'm hearing all these people talking
I'm
about
strong.
I had another,
I can.
I can get up that hill. I hear, you know, my friends are like, okay, 100 times in the morning, 100 times a night, I am abundance, I have stuff, money is coming towards me, I am gonish, I am, you know, and so, you know, you have those, and you have the ones that are good. I am healthy, I am good, you know, and all that stuff. I mean, if you listen to any of the inspirational speakers, they will tell you, get that bad shit out of your brain.
Yeah.
And get the good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And, you know, repeat it, because your
Yeah.
brain hears it.
Yep.
And so, and that's very true, but I still can't get that freaking SNL guy out of my head. Every time I'm like, okay, I am good, I am healthy, I am ready for this day, and I am smart, and I am, and I just hear him going into it. And so it kills me every time. Okay.
Sort of like those songs, let's see, like Mamma Mia song. I'm singing those songs over and over in my head. But
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't want me to sing.
I
to
will,
you, because
okay, don't,
I'm the
that's fine,
worst.
but if you
Yeah.
give me one of those brainworms songs that sticks in me all day,
Yeah.
I will punch you out.
Yeah.
Okay? You tell your hubby that. So, you can tell him
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, moving right along. All right, we're on number 7, folks. Yeah.
By the way, hold on.
Yeah.
Moving Right Along was in a movie back
Oh,
in the
was it?
80s. Yes.
Oh,
What was it? What was,
what was the name of it?
yeah,
I wouldn't know.
The Muppets. Moving right along, right along, right along, footloose and fancy free. And
Maybe that's why I like it.
Fozzie Bear and Kermit are driving down the street, and they're sitting in the cars, and which position they were, and Fozzie's giving directions, and he's saying, "Turn left at the fork in the road." And of course, there's a giant fork in the road, and then there's he says, "Right, frog," because frog's on his right. So, anyhow.
Anyway.
Moving right along.
Yeah, you
right
should have
along,
been
right
there.
along. I'm
And
sorry. It
Just
was
around, just around the corner
this
is
is
where
for
the
people who
goals
ever
are.
saw the first Muppet movie.
I want you to know I didn't have time to watch TV, so I was dang busy.
It was a movie. You go to the movies and see this thing.
Okay, yeah.
And by the way,
No, I just went home and drank my Boone's Farm apple wine.
to Jim Henson, who created the Muppets,
Yeah,
much love.
yeah,
I know he passed away a while back, but to remember stuff that you've done and you've accomplished in your life, that says something.
yeah.
And especially when it
That
touches
was-
people
yeah.
and touches a lot of kids.
Yeah, and Sesame Street was a big thing
Oh,
when my
yeah.
kids were growing up. Yeah,
They had TVs back then. Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. By the way, yes, hi, I'm Ken Gottfried. I'm a jerk. Okay, number whatever, 6?
No, we're past there. So, try to focus on building more than one business at a time. Some do not do that. So, of course, I'm talking to the wrong person,
Oh
aren't I?
my God. Yeah, go ahead.
You're building more than one business at a time. Well, here's what I spot, is that people who focus on one business are normally, in most cases, more successful than the people who are trying to do 10 different things, 10 different businesses.
Yep, I'll agree with that, without a
Okay.
doubt. Start with your one business.
Yeah,
Fine tune it as best as you can.
yeah,
And then grow with that. Once you get to a point where you grow and can open up a second business of the same and like business,
yeah,
then do that.
yeah,
Make sure that I always looked at this as never get yourself in more trouble than you can't get out of in 30 days.
there you go, yeah.
Okay? So if you get yourself in any kind of financial trouble, you can go to everybody and say, "Listen, I need to let you go, or need to do whatever, I need to, make sure I get this bill paid at the end of this."
Yeah.
And that's what you have to do.
Yeah,
I was lucky enough when I grew my business, I could just open up one, see how that was going, make sure it was going well, open up the third, open up the fourth. By the time I got the fourth, I knew that business would do $350,000 the first year.
wow.
And so, and that's on almost all of my businesses.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, but you get yourself in those situations,
Yeah,
and that leads to something else. You have one business, that is awesome, and it's doing well, that is great.
yeah,
When you have two businesses, that is a royal pain in the ass, because you're
Yeah.
going back and forth between businesses, all this stuff, especially if you're doing it on a shoestring and trying to get everything
right,
ready.
yeah, yeah.
But
So I can expand on that.
hold on, I'm not finished.
Oh, you're not, oh,
But
sorry.
the moment you get to 3 businesses, then you're in heaven.
You are?
Abso-fucking-lutely. Because then you generally have a manager that you can say, "Hey, Nate," by the way, "Hi, Nate." You got a manager that you could be like, "Nate, go check that one. That one's 2 hours away. That one's 4 hours away. Go drive down there. Here, set you up there. That's yours for, you're going to be running that for a week to 2 weeks." And when you have that, now all of a sudden, your buying power goes right through the roof. Because you're no longer buying
Yeah.
the amount of stuff.
Yeah.
If you are buying flour from, give me a food company,
General
Shamrock.
Mills,
A Shamrock.
okay,
Okay,
Shamrock.
you're buying flour from them. You can now turn to them. hey, Shamrock, no, I want 40% off on all my shit.
Yeah,
And they'll be like, what are you, crazy?
Yeah.
I have 3 places, you're gonna give me 40% off, or I'm gonna go over to Bigger Brothers, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna go over wherever.
Right.
At the same time, if you are doing products,
Mm-hmm.
you can go to every one of your people, and you can stop buying wholesale
Mm-hmm.
and start buying distributor. Okay, and do you know what that is?
and buying, well, explain it.
Okay, wholesale is when you are buying, let's just say, any product. You're buying a ream of paper,
Right,
and you're buying that for $10 per ream.
right,
Okay, and you're getting that from one of the paper companies around. You can go to them and say, listen, I have 3 places, I want a discount on this.
right, yeah.
And instead of paying $10, you're not paying 6.
Yeah,
Okay?
Yeah.
That money goes so much further when you're dealing from wholesale to distributorship. And
Correct.
sometimes you can go to Nina Papers and say, listen, I want a pallet of this stuff, and then you're gonna be paying even $4 or $5, and that, on the long run, makes you 4 times more money.
right, right,
So, that's what I'm saying. So when you go to 3 businesses, 1 is a pain in the ass, but you're there working it. 2 is kind of a pain in the ass because you're there running back and forth. 3 is a magic fucking number.
okay, that's what worked for you.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily always work for everybody.
Nope.
So, I'm gonna take the business we had, so year 1, we bought into the one in Boulder. Year 2, we had set up one in Longmont. That was great. But year 3, we did one in Arvada. And the person who ran that not only did not pay the taxes, so that ended up costing us, and it seemed as though every single year, one of those businesses needed new or more equipment. So the time where we made our most money was when we got rid of the one down in Arvada and the 2 partners split. So I was partners with hubby, and it was just the 2 of us running the one in Boulder. And that is what made it successful for us, so that we could just focus on one.
No, and I get that. I totally understand that. But you were in a situation where, see, one of the things I loved about my store's expressions is I could have a monkey in there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, he didn't know how to have, it was all products.
Oh,
He
you're
didn't-
so right, yeah.
Where you have to have trained people, oh shit, what do you mean the copier's down? I don't know how
Yeah.
to fix that.
Right,
I don't know how to kick it properly.
Right.
And so, all of a sudden you go into, oh, your payroll goes up. You know, it's wonderful when you're looking minimum wage and all your employees will not leave because they love your place.
interesting. So down on Pearl Street, there was this really, in my opinion, ugly building that was purple. This was before you were here. But it was a copy place.
Yep.
And what they ended up doing was, they were smart about it. They brought in different things like pencils and not necessarily novelty things, but those little things.
That make you
And
money.
that is what makes you money, exactly. They brought in cards. And I'm trying to think of the expressions or copy expressions or something, express press, something similar to that. And the guy's business took off, and that business got bought by another company, Office Products, that ended up going big
Yep.
worldwide. And it's those little things that end up bringing in the money that
And
you
that-
don't understand looking at an outsider, because we kept saying, oh, why would they want all that crap, like a 5 and dime cent place?
I will tell you, that's how I built my business through expressions. Is I would constantly bring in other shit
Yeah.
and other products
Yeah.
that I would try, but I'd always have the $1, $2, and $3 items.
Yeah,
You know why? 'Cause
that's
if
what
you're-
people would buy.
No.
No?
If you're rich, yeah, that's a throw-in. If you're broke, that's your gift.
Oh,
And so you, didn't matter who was coming in, you would always sell those $1, $2, and $3 and $5 items, because that was the gift or that was the accessory. So that's always gonna boost your sales up. So if you're having a tough time in business, or if you're having a good time in business, that's the gravy.
Got it.
And so, yeah, let me ask you a question. You've been in business, and you were in business before all this bullshit was going on.
Yep.
Okay, your register. How could you tell when it's a good economy? How can you tell when it's a bad economy? Just by your register.
Well, we ran our business by the numbers, and that's what hubby did, so.
So you couldn't tell by the register? I bet you if I say something, you'll understand what my question is, or my
Well,
answer is.
I'm trying to think back, because with the register,
Did you have to go get changed and fill the register up every
we
day?
did, but we went to credit cards. When we went to credit cards,